so much for being here. My name is Gary Garvin. I'm the band director here at Palm Beach STEM, and have been since 2018, since the school has opened. So this is year 6 for us. It's a great year, an exciting year, and for a lot of my 9th grade parents, this is first high school band concert, which is super exciting. They're probably going to get about 20 throughout their high school career, which is awesome. So thank you so much for being here tonight. This is also our first ever fall concert. We have never done a fall concert, and to be honest with you, orchestra started doing it a couple years ago, and I got a little jealous. I was like, oh, they're doing a concert, why can't I do a concert? And it adds 1 concert per year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but most of the time we do 4 concerts a year. So we're giving them a whole other year of concerts throughout their high school career by doing this fall concert. So the challenge has been it's a lot earlier than we're used to. We're used to have kind of all the first semester going all the way to December to prepare. So definitely came a little quicker than expected, but we're super excited to share some music with you tonight. So tonight you're going to hear all of our bands. We have up first going to be our Wind Symphony and our Symphonic Band. So we have a very large range of experience here. We have some students who are brand new to band, started in August. They're going to do their best, play a couple notes here and there. Then we also have some seniors who have been learning for the past 7 years how to really perfect their instruments. And so the goal is, wherever the students come in to my band program, I don't care where that entry point is, but this year they get a little better. Next year they get a little better. As long as we're progressing, they're doing the right thing. So I do ask, make sure cell phones are silenced. We do have some people taking pictures and doing audio and video back here. Some of our ABTF students, thank you all for being here. And we want to make sure that the students up here, it's really about their listening environment. This room is very echoey, and so any sound gets amplified, and we want them to be able to hear and perform well. So this is our Wind Symphony and Symphonic Band that they're going to start with Tigard Valley March. Hope you enjoy. Thanks so much. So I've done this long enough. This is year 9 for me. Year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no notes. Took me 7 years to realize you should probably write some of this down. So what am I saying? There's so much information, and I always go back and forth with this because my students all are like, oh yeah, Mr. Garvin's going to talk forever again. I try not to, but there's so much to say about these awesome students. So this next piece I want to talk about, it's got a really special place in my heart. Apparitions is the name of it by composer Brian Balmages. And we actually played this year 1 of Paul Duke STEM opening. And it was with our, in quotations, top band, because our top band was actually everyone. The whole band program was, I think, 33 people, and everyone was in the top band. So we had a tuba player that had never picked up a tuba until August, but we also had like a clarinet honor band level player who ended up being valedictorian, like knew everything about the clarinet. So they were sitting in the same band, which was an interesting ensemble. And we played it at our first concert, first year in the school. And now our kind of intermediate group and beginning group is the one playing. And so it used to be kind of our top level, and now we're playing it 6 years later, which really shows kind of how the program has grown. And it also fits kind of the Halloween, October spooky vibes as well. So it's about apparitions, spirits, ghosts. You'll hear some interesting sounds, some different sounds. So hope you enjoy apparitions. formatted to where I actually have time that I should be talking and calling. So this is good news. So I do want to talk about the next really big thing coming up. We have our winter concert on Thursday, December 7th, which is exciting. And after that, we have honor band auditions. And so Gwinnett County honor band auditions, students can sign up to take them. It's a 4-part audition. So they have to play chromatic scale, which is every note on their instrument, low to high and then back down. Then major scales, they all have to be memorized. A lyrical etude, which is a short, like 15-20 measure piece of music. And then sight reading, which they get a brand new piece of music they've never seen before. They have 30 seconds to silently look at it, and then they have to perform it for a judge. And they get rated, evaluated, and if they score high enough, they make honor band for the county, and then they can move on to the state level as well, and they can make the all-state band after the second audition. And so, for last year, keep track of all the numbers with everything, we had 48 students audition, and we have about 110, 115 in the band program normally, so we have almost half of our students take the audition. We had 14 make the honor band in the county, and we had 4 make all-state band. So for some context there, we are a smaller school in terms of Gwinnett County high schools. We're not like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people like some of our neighbors. We are a smaller band program compared to those band programs. We have about 100, some band programs have 200 or 300. And we only have one band director here, me, who teaches all the classes, and we don't have a marching band program, which almost all the other band programs have. So we are a smaller fish in the pond, if you will. But those numbers put us at the 5th highest in the county for honor band, and the 5th highest in the county for all-state. So, yeah. So we're really punching above our weight. We have a small program, but we're small but mighty. And I really pushed my kiddos to do this because we don't have marching band. They don't have rehearsal every Tuesday, Thursday with Friday night football games and all the things. So we should be really good at concert band because it's all we do. You know? So I really pushed, and this is the only thing they can do individually. LGPE in the spring, that is a group evaluation. The group stuff is super important, but when students take this audition, they get a score out of 100. And again, I don't care what that score is the first year they take it, but the next year, hopefully it goes up. That's all I care about. If they start at a 40, that's okay. Next year they get a 50, next year they get a 60, next year they get a 70, which is actually a really good score. It's not like school scores, really. So, each year of the 6, since we've opened, every single number has increased. People auditioning has increased, people making the honor band has increased, people making all-state band has increased. Obviously, that gets harder every year. So, the good news is, the first number, we're off to a great start. Last year we had 48 students audition, this year we have 57 students audition. So if you look at your program, they are all underlined. Alright, so if your student's name is underlined, that means that they've signed up, their name is on the board in the bedroom, and you have full permission to be like, hey, I haven't heard you play your lyrical etude in a while at home. Please get that out, let me hear it, alright? They should be playing their scales, they should be playing their chromatic scale, they should be practicing at home. If they're not practicing at home, they are welcome Wednesday during FlexPod, Friday during FlexPod, before school, after school, in the band room is their big, giant practice room, and I can help them out as well. So, I was going to have them do this, but then I didn't ask them, so I'm really going to put some people on the spot now, which is going to be fun. Give me 1 second. If I can find how to get through here. There it is. Alright, now they're not on the spot as much, because now they have 30 seconds to freak out and prepare. But it's okay. They're all prepared anyways. I chose some of my hot shots. Alright, here's So I wanted to have them demonstrate because when I say all those things, unless you were in high school band or you're a classically trained musician, you're probably like, I don't know, Mr. Garvin, I don't know what a chromatic scale is or what lyrical 82 is. So I'm gonna have some people demonstrate that. So we're gonna start with our chromatic scale. Ashley Vincent is one of our clarinet all-staters from the past years, and so she's gonna demonstrate the chromatic scale. It's the lowest note on the clarinet, all the way up to the highest note on the clarinet, and then all the way back down. It all has to be memorized, and the goal is to make it super even and quick and speedy and awesome. So Ashley, give it a go. So, this is the other really hard thing about auditions. She's probably played that thousands of times. And then you go to the audition and you're super nervous and you sit in this room and you know there's some adults behind this curtain and they can't see you and they say, all right, here we go. And you have like 4 seconds to do that. And then it's like, oh, well, I hope I went well, you know? So that's what they start their audition with. Then they do major scales. They have to do 8 of these if they're a 9th grader or 10th grader, or 12 of them if they're 11th grader or 12th grader. Okay? So I'm not going to make Tristan do all of them, because that would really be a lot. So Tristan, you get to pick one scale, whichever scale, your favorite scale. E flat. All right, here's E flat major scale. So to be really specific, that was a 2-octave major scale up and down with the arpeggio, right? One octave, all the way down, and then the arpeggio, they skip some notes and make it sound fancy. Okay? So that's one scale. They have to do 8 of those or 12 of those, all memorized, all at a certain tempo. Again, a lot of preparation goes into that. And then they get to do their lyrical etude, which is like 18 or like 15, 20 measures. I'm gonna have Cecilia play like 5, 6. Where's the first phrase? Go to that, yeah. I'm just going to play 8 measures of your lyrical etude. And this is where we get to like the actual music, right? There's dynamics and there's different notes, and it's not as kind of robotic as the chromatic scale and major scales. That's about half, or a little less than half of the lyrical etude. And then sight reading, that'd be mean, huh? I'm not gonna make it on sight reading. A brand new piece of music, kind of like that. They get 30 seconds, but they can't play anything on their instrument. They just have to look at it for 30 seconds and try and understand what it's gonna sound like and figure out the fingers and all the things, the rhythms, the dynamics. And then they say, all right, here's your tempo. Click, 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 ready, go, boom. And then you have to play it after 30 seconds of that. So that's the hard one, the hardest one to kind of prepare for. So, the 3 of those students have made All-State Band the past couple years, which is why I picked on them and did that. So, the goal is to make All-State Band again, and also get some more people. Last year we had 4. If any of us were here last year, Sasha Tarasenko was a flute rock star. She has graduated and moved on, so someone else is going to have to step up in her place. So we got a lot of good kiddos up here and out here. So, if your student is taking the audition, remind them to practice, because it's a lot of work. I will remind them to practice. So, this is our wind ensemble up here, and they are going to be playing 3 pieces for you tonight. They're also going to be playing them in less than 2 weeks, so a couple Wednesdays from now, they're going to go to Norcross High School and play at the Cluster concert. This is kind of a pre-Cluster concert for us. We're playing some very challenging music. We're going to start off with the Sousa March. John Philip Sousa is kind of the March King, and this is a funeral march. So Cedar Valley March, happy, fast, very kind of traditional. This is slow and minor key and kind of dark sounding. This was actually played at John Philip Sousa's funeral when he died back in the 1930s. So that is how we will start our program. Then we'll do a pretty lyrical piece called Rest, and then we'll do a very long theme of variations on a Korean poetry. So, hope you enjoy The Honored Dead. This next piece on the program is called Rest. It is written by Trent Kelly, who is a pretty massive name in the band repertoire world. He's written a lot of really good grade 5, grade 6 pieces, which are pretty advanced high school, early college band difficulty levels. So this is originally for a choir, a chorus, and then all the band directors liked it so much that they asked him, hey, can you write this for us? And so he made kind of an extended part in the middle where we got to show off kind of what a wind band can do differently than a choir. Some pretty extreme dynamic ranges. Starts out very subtle, very quiet, very few people playing, and it goes all the way up and all the way down. And so I told my students I would make this joke, and they rolled their eyes, but I am officially a father now. I'm a real dad, so I can make this joke. So I programmed this piece because I have not been getting a lot of rest. So I mentioned earlier grade 5, grade 6, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stages. For grade 1 level difficulty, 6th grade band music, 7th grade band music, that kind of thing. Grade 2, grade 3, we're talking late middle school, early high school. Grade 4, some of the grade 5s, kind of intermediate advanced band. Grade 5, grade 6, that's the hardest you can get to. So technically 6 would be really good high school bands, college bands kind of thing. So that's a grade 5, and this next one is also a grade 5. And last year we played one grade 5. It was at the very end of the year, because I thought they could handle it. And again, the goal is progress. So we were really pushing this group to play some tricky things. And so everything gets faster, the pieces get longer, there's way more individual responsibility, the technique is way more demanding, the range of their notes way more demanding dynamically. So we still have 2 weeks to continue working on these and polishing these. So I believe it is Wednesday, November 1st. 7 p.m. Norcross High School. Norcross brings their top band, we bring our top band, Pinckneyville and Summer Hour both bring their top groups, their 8th grade groups. So it's a really fun concert. You hear a lot of music from a lot of different ensembles in the cluster. And we have, I would say, probably one of the best, if not the best. Those clusters only have one high school, we have 2. And we have 2 really good band programs there. So it's definitely a great night of music for people to join. This last piece for Wind Ensemble tonight is Variations on a Korean Folk Song. It is about 7 minutes, and it is a theme presented the first time by the clarinets, just plain, no accompaniment, just solo clarinets. And then we add on layers each time. And so there's a lot of moments where everything stops. The temptation is to clap. Please hold your applause. All right? There will probably be more until the very end. When my arms go down, then we can clap. But it's a lengthy piece, and each variation does something different with this melody. So I hope you enjoy Variations on a Korean Folk Song. is our biggest transition, and I didn't plan enough material to stall, so I'm probably going to skip around a little bit. But our jazz band is coming up next, which is always for me a really nice way to end a concert because I do basically nothing. I start them, and then they just go, and I just like, hey, trombones. Yeah, great. All right, trumpets. Cool. Solo. You got it. You know, because they have a drum set. So they just play, and they listen to the rhythm section, and they go. They're kind of on their own. So the concert bands are a lot harder because there's not a drum set going, there is percussion, but there's a lot more people. It's a way bigger ensemble, all the tempo changes, stopping and starting, so I'm a little more useful there. But jazz bands, the rhythm section really holds that group together. So we are unique in terms of Paul Duke STEM band program. We have a jazz band class. These students meet just like a normal class would, just like a concert band class would, and at pretty much every other school in the county, they do it after school. And usually they do it second semester, after marching band is done. They do it in spring, they rehearse like once a week. So that was one of the things when I first came here year one, we talked about things, and I was like, hey, I really want to have jazz band as a class if we can, because it's a very cool ensemble, it's a smaller ensemble, it's a little more portable. You have the drum set, you have the piano, you have the guitar, you have the bass, so you get some kids that aren't necessarily in the band program to join the band program, which is always a plus and a positive thing. So I really enjoyed teaching jazz band, and they were kind of part of the impetus for doing this concert because they always play at Hispanic Heritage Month, which is, it was last Friday. Our foreign language department puts on an awesome program in the gym. They have live music, live dance, they have some people do some poetry in Spanish and really cool things like that. There's food and dancing and all the flags, and it's a really great event. And so we've always gone and played some Latin music because jazz is American art form, but Latin jazz is a huge subgenre of that. So we're always having things ready, and I say, hey, we have this ready. So we're going to have two pieces for you tonight. The first one is Oye Como Va, made famous by Santana. A lot of us have probably heard it before. And it has some soloists in there as well. And then after that is Chameleon, which some of y'all might heard as well, you may not know it, but it is a very famous standard written by Herbie Hancock. And it's a super simple piece. There's a bass line, and there's a melody, and that's it. It just kind of goes on a loop, but it's got such a good groove, and it's very catchy, so hopefully it kind of gets stuck in your head. So the other thing I want to mention, because I did not clarify this in the program, all the underlined people are doing the honor band audition, but there is a jazz audition as well. It has already happened. We had 5 of our students do it. Alana in the trumpet section, and Andrew, Barry sax, and Jack on drum set, and who else? Matthew on piano, and Caroline on piano as well. And so they went to North Gwinnett High School a couple Wednesdays ago. They played 6 scales memorized, and then they did 2 sight readings as well. In the swung style of jazz, which is really tricky to do with 30 seconds of study time. And so they all did really well. This is a newer audition to me. They just started doing it in Gwinnett County a couple years ago, and so we're still kind of getting used to that preparation. And 2 of those students moved on to the second round. So they get to perform 2 etudes that they prepare, and then 2 sight readings as well. And the tricky part about jazz, you have to improvise. So on the second etude, you play it as it's written, and then you play it again, but you get to make everything up, which is crazy hard for a high schooler or student. And then the sight reading, they do it once, as written, and then they have to improvise on the sight reading with a different key and different chords than they prepared. And so that's crazy hard. You guys need to do that right now, and I would struggle with that a bit. So these kids are doing some awesome things. So Matthew Lunsford and Caroline Crooks on piano are both moving on to the second round to represent Paul Duke STEM. So give them a big round of applause. They're ready. Look at that. I just thought about it. We're good to go. All right. Cool. Let's get started. It's jazz band 48 Como Va. Once we get our also we're in the second get ready. Well done. have Talia Logan on alto and Alana Robertson on trumpet. Give them another round of applause. This is the last one. What's that? Already almost over. On the back of the program, I will read this to you very quickly. Please hold your applause till the end. It's super tiny, so if you can't read it, that's okay. I'll read it to you. These are all the people I need to thank. This is a massive undertaking to do a big event like this. It's me and 110 kids, and that's really crazy sometimes. And so, all the parents and people, and so I'll start with our principal, Dr. Jonathan Weatherington. He hired me 6 years ago, and hopefully he still thinks that's a good decision. I think it's a good decision. I love being here. Our administrators, Mr. Estrada, Mr. Jones, Ms. Pegler, and Mr. Worley. I think Ms. Pegler, I think I saw you. Her son's up here, so she's here. She's awesome. Our administrative team is awesome. Our director of fine arts, Mr. David DuBose, he works at the county. He gets to wear a suit every day. He's awesome, super supportive. Our fine arts teachers, and Miss Heyman, no one tell Miss Heyman. Her name is now Miss Hirschman, and this is made from last year's program, and I forgot to change it, but she's Miss Hirschman now. But we got a lot of awesome fine arts teachers, and shout out to Miss Zemet. They had a rehearsal earlier today, and they let us come in and kind of kick them out and use the stage, and she's super nice about that. Our custodians. School is kind of new still, 6 years, but it still looks brand spanking new. It's because our custodians are rock stars. Mr. Skelton and his students for coming out and filming this, doing all that. Thank y'all so much. Mr. Grant came in and did our sound, our lights and the sound, made sure the pianos and basses were hooked up and everything. My band parents for raising these awesome kids. I couldn't do this job without the kids, you know. So these students are some of the best in the school, if not the. I would say, again, there's other teachers and admin in here, so I can't say too much. But these are probably, if I would pick one group of 110 kids that was like academically great, responsible, like nice, good, well-rounded humans, it'd be this group. You know, it's a really phenomenal group. Yeah, it's those parents. My band students for embracing the process of learning music and how to play an instrument. It is hard, y'all. And if you don't think it's hard, when you get home, grab your kid's instrument and try to make a sound. It's a tough thing to do. And so it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice, and that is not society today. It's not Amazon, it's here, you're at your house in 2 hours. It's like you're gonna practice for years and years and get okay at it. So, and then the second to last one, I gotta slow down for this one. My amazing and beautiful wife, her name is Sarah. She's at home taking care of our little angel baby. Her name is Eloise Catherine Garvin. She was born on June 15th this summer, 2023. And becoming a parent has changed my life for the better. I get it now, I'm part of the club. And so it's, but it gives me so much perspective because all of us in this room was that tiny, little, innocent, beautiful baby at one point. And so that, it really opened up my eyes and my heart to a lot of things. So without, they're my people, you know, and they'll, everyone, all my kids are like, oh, is Eloise gonna come to the concert? She's only 4 months old, so not quite. She's in bed, hopefully asleep by now. Maybe the spring concert. She'll be 10 months old at the spring concert, you know, so maybe then. And then last but not least, of course, we have a little QR code here for FAB. Please become part of FAB. It is the Fine Arts Boosters. And we got it off the ground. We run it kind of last year, and now we're official, we're legit, we're certified, we got everything moving and grooving. So if you scan that QR code, it is going to have a little Google form to sign up. And the club's primary mission is to raise funds to help cover gaps between the department's needs and county funding, as well as promote overall fine arts participation in education. We are at a STEM school. If you'd like to think that the M stands for music, go for it. You know, it doesn't say that on the side. It doesn't say that it's math. It could be music. So we'll just start spreading that rumor, and it'll catch on and be fine. And then last but not least, important dates, and actually, round of applause for all those people. And then last but not least, these dates really quick. That cluster concert is coming up in less than 2 weeks. Then in December, we have our band winter concert. It will be very similar to this event with all the bands represented. That Saturday, right after our Thursday concert, is the first round of honor band audition. So students, that is 6 weeks away-ish. Honor band auditions coming up. All 57 of y'all auditioning, 58, I think. Make sure we're getting ready for that 6 weeks out. And you'll have individual times for those students. So they'll have a specific time they go to Norcross. The whole audition will only take about 20 minutes. It's pretty short. And then the second round auditions, if we make it onto the second round, those are in January. And then the actual honor band event, that's the payoff. If they make honor band, they get to go to Buford High School for 3 days and sit with all these other rock stars from all the other schools. And they learn a whole concert of like this, that wind ensemble level of difficulty music or harder in 3 days, and then they play it for their parents in a group like this. So it's a really cool event. Again, we have 14 students participate in that event, and I'll go there and we'll all go out and eat pizza, and it's a really great time. So that's kind of the payoff. So again, thank you so much for coming out. We're going to end with Chameleon, which again is a funk standard, really cool Herbie Hancock piece. And Alana on trumpet is going to have another solo to start out. It's a written out solo. And then Brandon on tenor sax is going to have an improv solo. So he's making it all up as he goes. And if I was a 9th grader back in my day, I was okay. But like if my band director was like, hey, I want you to stand up and play an improv solo as a 9th grader, no way. No way. So shout out to Brandon because he's doing some awesome things. So thank you so much for coming out. This is our last one on the program, Chameleon by Herbie Hancock. announcements, because I know it feels like a Friday, kind of, it's been a weird week, we've had block scheduling. We do have school tomorrow, and more importantly, tomorrow, Wind Ensemble, you do have rehearsal. Second block. Wind Ensemble does have second block rehearsal, because we have cluster concert in less than 2 weeks, so we need rehearsal. So, the other bands, jazz band, wind symphony, symphonic band, we do not have rehearsal tomorrow, alright? We do not have rehearsal. So enjoy your Friday off, you were here tonight. All band students need to come help move all this stuff off because the theater needs the theater, right? So all percussion, please help move percussion stuff. Everyone else grab some chairs and stands. Make sure you clean up the band room, get all your personal belongings, and then you can go meet your parents or with comments. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out tonight. It was a great night of music. We'll see you again December 7th.